Welcome back! This week, we start off with a nice little walk through the woods, catching some Pokemon and enjoying a little stroll. It's presented as a dark maze, but honestly it's a nearly linear path with a few little offshoots sticking out that have loot and circle back to the main path, so it wasn't too bad at all. This area is gorgeous and I love all the bright colorful mushrooms. But unfortunately, it's rather short, and before we know it, we are already in Balanli. Here, we get to meet a guy who's actually a Pokemon, and also someone who gives us an Eviolite. Then we head over to the Fairy Gym, which definitely has one of the more interesting challenges. During this gym, you're given various trivia questions. Answer them right, and you get a stat boost. Answer them wrong, and you get a stat drop. Pretty simple mechanic. What I wasn't expecting was that it began with questions you couldn't get wrong since both answers were correct, to impossible questions that you have no way of knowing. Now that the unfair questions are out of the way, we totally aced the pop quiz by the way, it's on to the gym leader, the previous gym leader's mom, Opal. She starts the fight off with a rather dapper Weezing. Stewie's already down to half due to the previous gym trainers, so we're at a bit of a disadvantage here. We don't hit it for too much either, unfortunately, and this brings us to the first question, her nickname. Thanks to flipping a coin, we get it right and a nice stat boost. Her Weezing just barely holds on and manages to take out Stewie. We swap in for Boltund since he's fast and guarantees the first hit to finish Weezing off. One Pokemon down each. Next up, the wizard threw in her Mawile. We were doing okay and were on track to beat it, but then Draining Kiss healed it back and Boltund went down. So we sent in Salazzle, since Poison is effective into Fairy. There's one key part of Mawile. It's part Steel type. That means it's actually immune to Poison. That makes us sad. Luckily, that Steel typing also makes it weak to Fire, which is Salazzle's other type. That makes us glad. Using the right typing, Mawile did not last a while. Next up is the wizard's Togekiss. We swap into Yamask since we want to keep Salazzle healthy to Dynamax at the end. Our next question was how old she is. Even though we got it right, we had a stat drop anyway. Yamask didn't do too well after that and quickly fell. Even though we wanted Salazzle healthy, we swapped back into it and finished Togekiss off quickly. Wizard's last Pokemon is Alchemy. As you can guess, the plan is to use Surfetched to take hits with Detect, then swap into Salazzle to finish it off. So, Surfetched used Detect successfully twice, then we use a potion to heal Salazzle, and finish off the Alchemy in 2 hits. With that, she may be the wizard, but we're the Winzard, and we get our new badge. After that last battle, Yamask really underperformed, so it was time to go evolve it and help it out a bit. We get it beat up a little, and then make our way to the big stone arch so it evolves into a Runerigas. Nothing else really happens on the route to the next city. It's just a straight path we follow with nothing of note, and before we know it, we're already in Circhester. There's so many doors to go through in this city. We do find another guy we need to come back to after we complete the game though, as well as solve a mystery. Then, it's right off to the next gym already. We're just flying through these gyms. Despite what I was expecting from the city, this caught me off guard as the Rock Gym. The gym challenge was pretty fun as a hidden maze with the controller vibrating if you were nearing the trap. Although really fun, like all gym challenges, it was way too short and we were quickly onto the gym leader. Gordy starts off with a Barbaracle. We tried our new Draco Meteor attack, which really didn't do as much as I'd hoped. he returns with a rock tomb which instantly knocks out our Noibat. This is the point at which I remembered typings exist, and of course opening with a flying type into the rock gym was a bad idea. I swap into Boltund hoping Crunch would be good since it's a fairly strong move. Unfortunately, it's just not quite enough, and the Barbaracle used Shell Smash, which brought me right back to flashbacks of the Water Gym. Just like the Water Gym, it didn't go well for us after that. Stewie was shining enough to hold on and get a liquidation in, ending the Barbaracle's reign of terror. Everything else was rather straightforward. His next Pokemon was a Shuckle, which hit us for no damage at all, allowing us to bring everyone back. Then it was a clean sweep using the same strategy we've used for all the other gyms. Surprisingly, even though it wasn't at full health to begin with, Boltund managed to take a direct hit from his Dynamaxed Pokemon and live. Then we swap into Stewie to finish the gym battle. Then we got our new badge. With that, we call it a night though, as we were well past the time stream was supposed to end. We were simply having too much fun to stop though. Like and subscribe to the channel here, and join us next time Friday nights at 7 PM Eastern, where we'll be continuing our sword journey over on Twitch.